with WWE being the only sport that's pretty much available live throughout this entire pandemic, they've had to cut a lot of costs. And some of these WWE superstars were the unfortunate events of cost cutting, and now their futures are at stake with wrestling in general. What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Cut, aka Aiden. Welcome back to another video. This video is going to be about WWE cutting a load of WWE wrestlers, a lot of good performers, as well as a lot of people that probably should have been cut a long time ago. No disrespect to them, but they just haven't been used in general. So yeah, look, it's very, very interesting time for WWE. Again, since they're not necessarily making a whole lot of money, they had to cost cut in order to stay financially stable, I guess. That's just the only way of putting it. They spend a lot of money on talent that they don't use a whole lot, and I think for this point in time, they probably had to cut costs just to ensure that they can survive in this pandemic until the world gets back to normal. So who are the people that got cut? There will be a list that will be on your screens at this time. The people that have been cut are Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, EC3, Rusev, Lio Rush, Drake Maverick, Heath Slater, Eric Young, Kurt Hawkins, Aiden English, Sarah Logan, Eric Rowan, Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis, Primo, Epico, Zack Ryder, and No Way Jose. Those are all the active WWE superstars I believe at this time has been cut by WWE in order to financially secure themselves. But unfortunately, a lot of these superstars are now out of a job. How are they going to live in this pandemic without a job? Don't tell me that the coronavirus doesn't affect you. It affects everybody, and it affects even the best of superstars, the most highly paid athletes in the world. They get affected by this as well. It's not as simple as, oh look, since they're rich they can get through this no problem. It's not like that. Not like that at all. Now these guys are out of a job, just like a lot of people in the world. And where they're gonna go? There is still AEW. There's still a lots of wrestling companies available to them, but are they necessarily going to be hiring at this point in time? It looks like a lot of these wrestlers for this period of time at least will be out of a job. Now, don't get me wrong, I think WWE will be more than happy to take a lot of these superstars back once they can get their financial status up, like a Lio Rush, like a Rusev, or the OC, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. But for now, it's not deemed as necessary for them to keep them around when they just probably can't afford to pay them. A lot of these superstars had really had reacted to this, saying thank you to the fans, saying thank you to the WWE for giving them an opportunity and all of this. But the one that really hit me the most was Drake Maverick's response. Clearly, he was very upset. I'm assuming he loved working there, and he sent a video out about how he's not going to get to wrestle another match in the WWE after this cruiserweight four-way or tournament, whatever it is. I'm not really sure. And he said thank you to the fans, of course. And this coronavirus is taking away everything from everybody. So, and he's not excluded from that. So yeah, look, it's a very traumatic time for these people. The ones I'm most surprised that got released, I'm very surprised Lio Rush got released. I guess it has to be the recent problems that Lio Rush had with the WWE prior to going to NXT. I guess that's why they decided to let him go. I'm very surprised that Rusev has left as well. I'm very surprised they let Maria go as well, and Mike Kanellis already left, but Maria, I don't know, so you got to protect the pregnant woman. I mean, come on, man. And yeah, but besides that, I think they had to release the lower to mid-card talents, EC3 as well. Look, at the end of the day, these people will be fine in terms of their future. But at the moment, right now, their future is unknown because they just don't know when is their next job going to be. there's going to be a lot of industries that would love to have EC3, would love to have Drake Maverick, would love to have Lio Rush and Rusev, would love to have Sarah Logan as well. Sarah Logan is a very surprising one to let go. And there are a lot of superstars here that can find jobs elsewhere, especially the OC as well. At the end of the day, these people, they're trained professionals and they're very entertaining. And we've seen Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows perform outside of the WWE, how well they did. We've seen Lio Rush perform within the WWE and how well he did. It can only get brighter from here once this whole pandemic issue was over. So for those superstars, like I said, this is such a traumatic time. People are losing their jobs. You guys have lost your jobs. So at the end of the day, it sucks. But I can assure you that it will get better from here. Times will become bright. At the moment, it's looking bleak. It's looking like there's nothing left. But time will heal all wounds, and hopefully you guys can get back to performing, and we can get back to watching you perform and watching you entertain, because a lot of these superstars are very, very entertaining. There's also more news as well. Kurt Angle was also released after being a producer for WWE since his retirement. Again, Kurt Angle, you can pretty much go anywhere you want, Kurt Angle, and be a producer anywhere you want. I think that's how much level of respect people have for you. So yeah, once again, when this whole pandemic is over, Kurt Angle can pretty much do whatever he pleases with his life, and I'm pretty sure this is not going to affect him as much as the wrestlers, I'd say, despite maybe being a producer is not the ideal role. But at the end of the day, Kurt Angle is the greatest of all time for many, many people, including myself. So he deserves anything he pleases. And also, long-time referee Mike Chioda, been with the company since 1983, I believe. By the way, this is all on Bleacher Report, so if you don't hear from me, you can go to Bleacher Report and the WWE, search WWE, and all of this will come up for you guys. Mike Chioda, also a long-time referee, has been cut. Yeah, so I think that's all the people at this time that I know have been cut. And hopefully all these superstars can get jobs elsewhere. Hopefully WWE can pick some of them back up once their financial state ends up becoming a little bit better. We all know, like, I can't see for the life of me how they keep a talent like Lio Rush cut. Like, surely they will go back in for him after he ends up getting cut. But Lio Rush might not want that opportunity. I mean, Lio Rush might want to go elsewhere. So I think if WWE are looking to cut them just to get them back in the future, some of these superstars will not want to come back. EC3, does EC3 really want to come back to the WWE after the way he's been treated for basically being one of the best in the world in Impact to being nothing in WWE? Haven't seen much of him at all. Then you look at the OC. The OC have been mistreated for a while now. Do they want to come back to the WWE? But they had one of the most iconic matches. They were part of one of the most iconic matches of all time. So at the end of the day, do they want to go back to the WWE? Does Sarah Logan want to go back to WWE, basically losing every match? This might backfire on WWE, but at the end of the day, they had to do what was necessary. As a business, that's probably the hardest decision to make, letting some of the talent that you know have the future ahead of them, but you just can't afford them go. That's the worst part, and it hates that they're being singled out as well. But at the end of the day, they will get other jobs once this whole pandemic is over. Hopefully WWE have some sort of plan where they can help these people out. I know they've been cut, so they're not necessarily paying them, but hopefully give them government assistance or something like that until they can get back on their feet, just like everybody else. I don't know about the US government. I don't live in the US, I live in Australia, but I know that WWE have also put all of their superstar salaries onto government assistance, which basically means that they will not. It's called furlough, I believe. They will not be paying their superstars. The government will be paying the superstars' wages, and that it's basically government assistance. They will continue to not lose money. Again, to me, this is a little bit of a disrespectful thing, to be honest, compared to the entire world. A lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people have died in this area in this time. and they probably need the money more than the WWE do. But the WWE, they have the right to go and put their staff on furlough, which to me, we've seen it in football, we've seen it with Liverpool, their reaction to it, Tottenham and their reaction to it. At the end of the day, it's not the most respectful thing to do, but WWE, it looks like they've done it, and the backlash for that might be just as bad as football. Maybe no one's going to know about it, maybe no one will care about it at this time. Whatever it is, we hope that these superstars can get back on their feet. We hope WWE can financially survive this crisis and financially pick themselves up. I don't know WWE's financial state. Let me know if you guys have any indication of WWE's financial states. And the last thing, but not the least, actually it pretty much is the least compared to people losing their job. WWE 2K21. I mentioned this in the Ronda Rousey video. I was gonna bring this up. I'm sure people probably wouldn't really mind if 2K took a break, and since there's not really much else to talk about, I'm going to mention some video games in this. Why not? So apparently WWE 2K21 is looking to be cancelled. This is I got this from Denkops, the YouTube channel. Has like 1 million subscribers. I don't really think I need to put his link in the description, but if I remember, I'll be sure to do so. He was reacting to a guy who worked for WWE and said that he was saying that 2K would be cancelled. They're going to go for a more arcadey, more non-simulated type of game where it's a little bit more unrealistic, and that's going to be coming out this year. So it looks like WWE and 2K are going to make a new game, but it's not going to be the 2K21, 2K20 that we've all been given over the past years. And I think this is fantastic news. 2K21, after the disaster that was WWE 2K20, 2K21 did not need to have a game released so quickly. I think 2K could take 2 years off and everything would be fine. To go and master the class of a wrestling game, go and master what it is to have a wrestling game. Because if we're just going to keep getting mediocre and mediocre and mediocre, 2K is going to pull WWE on the plug. They're going to pull the plug, and WWE games will not happen for 2K. And for many people, that's what they want. But I truly believe WWE 2K can make a good game, but they need the feedback from us, and they need their own experience in making games, making WWE games, especially with these new developers, because Duke's decided to leave. They need more experience, they need more time. I'm willing to give them that time, but they have to go and master it. They cannot give us this mediocre content again. Put new features, put new modes, bring some old modes back. Do what the WWE fans have been asking for years and years on end. I can't remember how many times WWE fans have asked for a GM mode and they've not put it in. Asked for Road to WrestleManias back and they haven't put it in. Asked for Create a Story and haven't put it in. Of course, there are a lot of issues in doing that, especially with Create a Story. I can see why they don't put that in, because people just make TNA posters, make AEW posters, and all of this, and you're gonna have some licensing issues and all of that. I get it. You can there's a PlayStation game out now where they're making Super Mario, and Nintendo had a big problem with that, and now PlayStation have to go in and remove it. It's the same thing here. You can just don't share it online, or if you find someone that has it online, you scrap it completely. That it's not that hard to do, WWE or 2K, and there's just a lot of modes that need to be put into this game. And there's also been news that when WWE 2K22 comes out, since 2K21 will not be a thing, it looks like they will be on the current gen consoles, which is the PS4 and the Xbox One, instead of being on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. I don't know what it's called. With this, I don't believe this for a second, to be honest. 2K are the most money-oriented company out there. Just like EA, they're one and the same. They will do anything to secure a lot of money for their franchises, whether that's being NBA whether that's being WWE, whether that's being Borderlands, whether that's being any game that they decide to publish, NBA Playgrounds, anything. Whatever game they decide to publish, they're going to try and get the absolute most money out of it, whether that's being microtransactions or just releasing games that people like, whatever it is. And they're making a Madden game as well. So with WWE, it's going to be just the rest. It's going to be exactly like NBA. You will see it on the new gen consoles. There's no way they don't do it on the new gen consoles. I see them putting it on the old gen consoles as well, or the current gen at the moment. I see them doing that for the entire life cycle of the PS5, just like they've been doing that for the PS3. I'm pretty sure there's an NBA 2K19 out for the PS3 at this current time. They've been doing this for a very long time now, and at the end of the day, that's what they do to get the most money out of their company. So why would they go and make it just for current gen? No way that's going to happen. So yeah, that's just a piece of news that I've heard. If I remember again, I'll put the link of Dan Cops's channel in the description, or you can go watch it yourself. Or if I find the actual guy's video, I'm not really sure where to look, I'll put it there as well. But yeah, look, that 2K21, what's going to happen? At the end of the day, I think everybody's happy that 2K21 is not going to go ahead. This is all rumors, by the way, so if it does go ahead, don't come at me saying I said all this. It's all rumors. Yeah, so though 2K21 looks like it's not going ahead, which I think is a great start to maybe trying to masterpiece the Dota 2K series. Please take more than a year off if it needs be. If you don't think you're providing a good game, then just keep delaying it until you can. We're sick and tired of mediocre games, and it looks like they're going to have a non-simulation game, pretty much similar to a WWE All-Stars, I would assume, the way that they've made a game, which I think it's about time we've got a new game like that. It's been a very long time since we've got a game like that. And of course, the current gen consoles, yeah, that's just not happening. It's not happening at all. Don't believe that. WWE will have a new generation game when the new consoles come out. If that's this game that's coming out, the non-simulation game that's coming out, that might not be on the next gen consoles, because it looks like they'll come out before the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. But games in W2K22 that's being made in 2021, that's 100% going to be on there. I have no doubts about that. If 2K don't put it on the new gen consoles, then they're just missing out on a market that they desperately want to cash in on, and they just don't seem that stupid to me. So let me know what you guys think about all the news presented today. I want to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hopefully these superstars that have been released can, again, I'm going to keep stressing it because this pandemic has damaged us all in many different ways. Hopefully these superstars will be fine, financially stable to live their life until they can find a job and an opportunity to succeed. And also let me know what you guys think about the Dota 2K news. This is the Sports Code. Have a safe and wonderful day. Take care.